Hi guys. So technically this is my second YouTube video. I literally just recorded my first one like 15 seconds ago, and I messed it up because I started recording it underneath the wrong handle, which is hilarious because this is my first time doing anything like this. So I'm already learning lessons. Okay, so let's start over. Hi, my name is Amber Laramont, and I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. Hi. Sorry, my husband just got home. I'm literally sitting in my car because I'm too embarrassed for anybody else to hear this right now. All right, okay. I have no idea what this is. All right, so to recap what it is that I said in the first video, my name is Amber Laramont. I graduated college a couple years ago. I've been working in my industry. I was one of the lucky ones that got a job directly out of college. I think it was about 3 or 4 months. Did a couple interviews, got a call back. Long story short, 3 years later, I am now creative director of our company. I love my job. I get to be creative, conceptual. I get to pour into a lot of our initiatives. My boss gives me a lot of autonomy. My coworkers are wonderful. For all intents and purposes, there's literally nothing wrong with what it is that I'm doing, except for the fact that I am not fulfilled. I never even wanted to be an illustrator. It's just, drawing is just something I've always done. Stories are just something I've always done. I can't remember a time not doing it. So it just, when someone was like, hey, you're gonna go to college, what are you gonna do? I was like, oh, I don't know, I'll just do this thing that I know how to do. So once I made that decision, I always thought that I would be responsible. And when I mean responsible, I mean I thought I was going to be responsible for coming up with the work and finding the clients and figuring things out and coming across problems. And I love puzzles and I love finding solutions to things. But then I fell into corporate America, and as great as the security is, as great as the predictability is, especially as a mom with a kid and a wife and a house, I'm feeling so unfulfilled at the end of the day. It's almost to the point where I can't breathe. And so, like a lot of people who are searching for something, you start seeking out people with a lot more wisdom than your own. So 50 to 100 books later, 1,000 podcasts, 3 years worth of conventions, and cold emails, and just random conversations with strangers. And it's like they all give me these little teeny tiny nuggets that give me excitement, that I get passionate about. But then I fall right back into the routine. And I recently got sick last week with this really nasty like virus that's going around or whatever, and I was at home all week, and energy completely zapped. I couldn't even sit at the computer. I wanted to answer emails because I knew every day that I was out, I was just getting more and more behind. But then I realized that even though I was miserable and I was sick, the fact that I was at home and I wasn't, clocking in, clocking out per se, and I wasn't having to answer to anybody, and I still had this drive, this urge to create something of my own doing. It's like that to me is like the work that I'm meant to do. Like that's what I'm supposed to be doing. So I made a decision that I'm going to stop talking about it. I'm going to stop thinking about it. I'm just going to start doing. And I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. Let me just restate that. No freaking clue. But doing something, even if you don't know what it is that you're supposed to be doing, to me seems like the step in the right direction. So tonight, for the very first time, well, the second, but the very first time, I am recording a video of myself. My makeup's not done. My hair looks like shit. It's been in a ponytail all day, and I took it down to look, somewhat presentable. Good luck with that. So I'm sure there's gonna be like At least I'm not sure, but my fear, because I'm scared shitless right now, because I don't even like taking selfies, crying out loud. This whole genre of like selfies and being in front of the camera and like, look at me, like that's not me, but going for it anyway. Yeah, so like my anticipation is that there's going to be a lot of like negativity and a lot of trolls, and I'm about to be 32 years old, and it's like I try really hard to keep those people out of my life and just not around me, because it's like an energy suck, and I like to be positive, even though I like get depressed. My husband's like, you were the saddest, happiest person I've ever met in my life. I'm just like, that's kind of my shtick. So if you're gonna leave something ugly, just know I'm not gonna read it. I'm just gonna like bloop, skip right over it, because I don't invite that into my heart. But if you're gonna ask questions or leave feedback, even if it's a critique, if it's like, oh, this might be harsh, but I feel like she needs to know it, like that kind of feedback I love, because that's how you grow. You can't grow in a vacuum. Nothing's created in a vacuum. You need outside stimuli. So if you have something to offer, please, I'm willing to accept it. And God, I am just talking like in circles here. The whole premise of what it is that I'm doing is not just to get myself and my career off the ground. And when I mean career, I mean like freelance, like creating something from scratch, something that I can call my own, like fueling my own dreams, not just putting in 60 hours a week to fuel somebody else's dream, which is great, because you do want to provide service to people, but I want to do both. I want to not only get myself off the ground, but I also want to help other people at the exact same time. I'm not the only one that's lost. I'm not the only one who knows that they're meant to do something better. I'm not the only one who is struggling to find their path. And I'm not saying your path has to be my path, but I'm going to document, and I guess that's my promise. I'm going to document everything that I do, every step of the way, every thought, every doubt, every discovery, every treasure. I'm going to document my process. So as I grow, as I accomplish things, because I will, because I am that kind of person, and you will soon find this, I'm asking for accountability, and me providing information and being able to help somebody else get the courage enough to walk through this with me. That is my accountability. That is my promise. I can do for myself, but when it's just for me, I'll put myself on the back burner and I won't do it. But if I know other people are relying on me, then I will do it. So I'm kind of tricking my brain here, and I'm hoping you guys will come along for the ride with me. So I think for an unscripted introduction, rambly sort of, wow, this chick's crazy, I'm never gonna watch her again, or maybe, just maybe, she might surprise me and click subscribe, I think is what I'm supposed to say. So wherever the button is, just I'll get that down. Yeah, so anyway, so I think that's it for tonight, and I will do another video tomorrow, and I look forward to reading and replying to everybody's comments. So thanks, guys. All right, bye.